Kalispera, kalispera. Hello, everybody. This is English Tuesday, and is hi, welcome. Tuesdays is in English. Our live is in English, so please do write to me until everybody gets together. Hey, Puma, until everybody gets here, please do share with me where you're following from, what brings you here, which place of the world, and I know today is a very special day because it's the day after my birthday. No, because we are getting big announcements about how the thing is going to go down, the lockdown and everything. So I appreciate everybody that's being, that is here right now. And I understand we're not going to be as many. Normally, we are like people coming in and out. We're like about 500 here and 500 in YouTube. And that's fantastic. I understand. Amsterdam, we're waiting for you. Thank you so much. Hi, Ellie. Hi, guys. Please do share if you want where you're from. And also, maybe you can share with me today what you do, what it is that you do. And I would love to help promote what you do. I would love out your business, not your personal life, please. Do not tell me your personal stuff here, but do share things about your business. Today's subject is the day after. Today's subject is how we can cope with this whole thing and what we can keep in our heads and in our behaviors from what we've learned, so that the day after can be better, bigger, more successful, more productive, and is not going to be a big cultural shock. So until we all get together, which normally takes about 5 minutes, please do share with me where you're from. Again, I see a lot of Thessaloniki is always strong with me. I love you guys. And what it is that you do. Thank you for the waves and the little hearts. I love them. Thank you, Sofaki, for wishing me happy birthday. Yes, my birthday was yesterday. I want to start off by saying a big, big thank you. Big, huge thank you to everybody. I received the best wishes and the best little gifts, and it's amazing. I appreciate each and every word that you sit down to write. I normally respond with emojis because I'm very Spartan like that. I when I speak, I like to use a lot of words. When I write, I'm a woman of very few words. So hi Rodos, hi Xanthi, hi Maria. So please keep sending me. I would like to share with you that there is a competition going on. The Self-Confidence Bootcamp. Self-Confidence Bootcamp, because of my birthday, we have extended the early bird. So the early bird, that is the lower price, is going on until Thursday the 30th, so by midnight. So if anybody is interested in joining us in the Self-Confidence Bootcamp, in joining this tribe that we are, which is amazing and fantastic, and I've been sharing with you a lot of Kostadina Graftica, yes, I've been sharing with you a lot of insight from the people that are already in this tribe, my boot campers. I love each and every one of them. So if you want to be part of that, do rush, because the early bird finishes midnight Thursday. And also, let me tell you about this competition that we're running. So we're going to give away 3 boot camps for free. So you know that the normal price is 385 or 395 euros. I don't even remember. And I will at some point do one bootcamp in English. Thank you for the idea. I've thought about it. So the thing is, what do you have to do to be part of this competition, to have the chance to win a self-confidence bootcamp? It's not that simple. And it's very self-involved, I have to say. It's very self-involved. So I need you to get creative in wishing me a happy birthday. So I want to see your wishes, either in Instagram or in Facebook. You can just make something up. You can see, people have sent me amazing things. I love the Asterix one. I love who is this guy that is dancing there with a crown? I love you. It's been amazing. And so I want to hear creative or see creative wishes, and then tag me so I can see them, and then tag 3 of your friends so they can either follow or they can be the ones that win this prize. So this prize, it's the Self-Confidence Bootcamp. The cost is $385, and that's the normal price after Thursday midnight. So do go in. You can go in maleru.com, MALEROU. Hi, Sophia from London. And thank you for your wishes, guys. And then you can go in there, find out whatever it is you want. That's for Greek people, Greek-speaking people. And you can go there and take advantage of that. And just for fun, just give me creative and funny and outrageous wishes. I love all of them. So let me start. Right, I need to put some of this on before I start. There we go. So yes, we are like half the people. We're very few people today. So it's the best opportunity, because it's so intimate, to ask me questions. So please do ask me any questions. Today is the day. I'm going to answer all of your questions as best as I can. And I want to start by saying about, I'm looking at my computer right now, and I'm seeing that the lockdown is coming to an end, and that's great news. Actually, this is great news for most of us, and I hope it can be great news for everybody. Okay, now to be honest, the coronavirus was not so bad for myself, but I made a point out of having a good time, having a productive time, having a time that matters, and giving back to society as best I can, and contributing with what I have to contribute, and and taking advantage of this time with my family, for my family, and for myself. So and also having a birthday, because imagine if the lockdown was gone like last week, I couldn't have had a second 49th birthday. I would be obliged to go to 50, and I have no problem with being 50. I'm absolutely fine with it. I actually look forward to it. But celebrating 50, I'm not going to do over Zoom. I'm sorry. So last night, yes, you can ask questions about pricing. You can ask anything that you want. And yes, Alexis, I will say what got me in this line of work. So last night we drank some champagne online. Well, I was actually drinking the champagne. Everybody else was just laughing at me getting all mixed up because of the bubbles. So it was fantastic. Thank you so much. Always. So here is a question from Natalia. That was the question about pricing. Yes, right now is €2.95 until Thursday. €2.95 until Thursday. Maleru.com, MALLEROU.com. And that's a price until Thursday the 30th, midnight. Okay. Now, Alexis, I will skip your question, or I will come back to your question, because I want to take a question from YouTube. And Maria is saying, hi, I have a question. Can you call yourself a career woman? I'm thinking of all the career women I am, personally or not. Wow. So yeah, that's such a good question. If I would call myself a career woman, up until 35, I think, yes, I was calling myself career woman. Then I decided that I want to be more than a career woman. It came to me that having a career is different than having a business, and I always saw myself more of a business person, more of a businesswoman, than a career woman. So I made that switch when I was 34. It took a while. I've often said that since the day that I quit my corporate job, which was during the Olympics in 2004, the first month that I actually could afford my lifestyle and my life as I wanted it, just by what I do today, that was November 2009. So until 2009, yes, I struggled professionally, and yes, I did a lot of other things that allowed me to continue on my path. But I'm telling you, I've loved it. It was tough, but yeah. So I don't exactly know what a career woman is, but and if you want, Maria, I don't know if I'm answering. Hi from UK, another Marina. So I don't know if I'm answering your question. I hope I am, but I see myself more of a businesswoman. So if career means advancing, yes, I totally see myself as a person that wants to advance professionally. So let me see. Somebody is asking, Andreas is asking, my account is private. What should I do so I can have a chance to win? Well, Andreas, if you don't mind, you can DM me your little video and I can post it. You can DM your wishes video, and I will DM it, and that will. And you can also tag in the comments below in Instagram. You can tag 3 of your friends, so then you enter the competition. Another question I have from Marina. Marina says, you are my inspiration. Oh my God, thank you, Marina. Studied German and English language, BA and MA, and I'm now planning my own business. Go for it. I promise you very, very soon, I'm going to announce a course. It's going to be a live course like that. I think we're designing, I think it's 6 hours or 8 hours, I'm not sure. But it's going to be about business women, about launching or maintaining your business, about scaling it, about doing doing your thing in the business world. So stay tuned, okay? Stay tuned. This is coming. A lot of people are asking for that. So Alexis, you have a lot of questions, huh? So my good friend Alexis is asking, I think Alexis is asking so that I can share with you, not because she doesn't know, how do you get your unique perspective? By failing again and again and again and again, and by screwing up royally every day in something, but then getting back and reflecting and saying, okay, can I do this better next time? Can I do this better next time? And this is how I get my perspective. I just fail, and I don't stop. I don't get disappointed. I don't take it personally. I just pick up the pieces and I move forward with everything that I've learned. That's my trick. So my very, very good friend, Marili, is also here. A question about self-confidence. How do we cultivate it in our children? Marilako, I know you have 2 beautiful daughters, and they're, how old are your daughters now, Marili? So how do you cultivate it? I am against this whole cultivating self-confidence by always admiring your kids, by always telling them how wonderful they are and how fantastic they're doing. And I don't believe in that. I believe in telling them every time to look inside and telling them, do you like it? Do you appreciate it? Do you think you are good? And then also giving them a good example, because, and I know, Marili, you're a very good example of that. And if you can make it more visible to your kids, like how much you believe in yourself, how much you don't get, you don't fall behind because of the shortcomings. And I know it's not, everything is not easy for you. So I think that's how you build it. Maybe when they're teenagers, you don't see it right there, but it's going to kick in. I promise you, it's going to kick in when it's most needed. So Natalia says, how much do business coaches charge in Greece? What would be a normal price for a business coach that is starting now? What is the price range of business coaches in Greece? So it depends. The range is from 50 bucks, 50 euros an hour to 500 euros an hour, or it can be by the project. So I guess you, Natalia, I guess you are a coach or you want to be a coach. So it's up to you. It's up to you to define your policy, money is an energy. You have to define where you want it to vibrate. It's very simple. So I remember when I was starting, everybody thought, oh my God, you're so expensive. Nobody's going to come to you. You're doing something that nobody has ever heard in Greece. So what are you doing with this price? And I thought, well, I'm in for this price. If I can't have it at this price, I don't want to do it at all. And people came through, people bought it. So I think it's a matter of, where do you feel you're at a comfort level? Your wealth consciousness feels comfortable. Because if you say a price and you're like, really? Did I just say that much? It's never going to work. It's never going to work. So I think you have to look inside, not outside, not what everybody else is doing. You don't care what everybody else charges in the market, in Greece, in whatever. There's always an exception. I've decided long ago, I'm very fine with being the exception. In my profession, as a woman, as a mom, or as a wife, I'm super okay with it. So this is my suggestion. So here we have, okay, so Marina says, no, we read this about Marina. Sorry, thank you very much, Marina. What is, I had a question here. Yeah, from Gala. Hi, Nancy. A question about the seminar. Is it only for business people and for personal life, or no? No, it's not. It's for both. I think that Gala. I think that self confidence, like believing in yourself, it's something that you have, and if you don't have it, you can build it, and it can serve you at all the levels. It can serve you at the way you view challenges that come your way. It can serve you the way you're going to build your family or your personal life or your business. It's not about just one part. I like to look at people as a whole, and I like to take this holistic view. I used to be in marketing for many years, and back like 20 years ago in marketing, the biggest thing was to talk about who the customer is, and then we had to be very exact. Like, is it the 25 to 34 age group? Is it 40% women and 60% men? And is it housewives, or is it? And then we were just chopping up all the industry in so little pieces, and that help us be more specific. I don't believe that anymore. I don't believe in that anymore. And when we do the course about entrepreneurship and about how to start your own business and how to launch something and choose something and grow whatever it is that you have by yourself, I'm going to explain that very well. But just very quickly to say that people are people, and it's good to see them as a whole. So you know if you are a self-confident person, you can choose to be, or maybe you are a self-confident person in your personal life but not so much in business, and this course is going to help you build this part. If it's the opposite, it's going to help you build the other part. The information is there and you will adapt it to your needs. That's the beauty of this program. You can adapt it to your specific needs, and because you are part of this fantastic tribe that we've built, that is an online community, but it's also an offline community, I hear, because these guys, they get together and they have drinks together. So the beauty of it is that you find like-minded people, and in a community of tens of people, I'm sure you will find the person that is in the same level. Maybe if you're looking for professional things, they're going to be the same level, so they're going to support you, or if it's personal, the same. So I hope I've answered your question. I have others. So Federico says, cuckoo. That's a very interesting question. Thank you for the comment. So, well, thank you, Alexis. So, such great advice on how to inspire confidence in your kids. Mine are 16 and 18. I can't believe he's 18. I'm going to start doing that even at this age. Alexis, I think you're one of the most successful mothers. I've learned so much from you. And if I have any advice, is look to other people, not to be judgmental of how you're doing it or to feel lesser or smaller or worse, but to get inspired. And if you see something that you think works and you think, wow, that's such a good idea, just get inspired. Don't beat yourself up because you're not there yet or because you don't do it, but do get inspired. Like from Alexis here, I've been inspired in a lot of things when it comes to motherhood. So Maria says, how often do you meet with your customers? Would it be possible to have only a few meetings? Yes, I don't believe in meeting. Coaching is not therapy, so we don't meet every week necessarily. It can be 2 weeks. It can be depending on the commitment that you have. It could be once a month. So it's very, very different, and it's all custom made. And I do not take a lot of people at the time because I want to be very sure that when people work with me, two things happen. One is that I am available when they need me. And that means that when there's a program that we're running now, which is called Evolve, you can call and find out about it. Basically, Evolve, what is it? It's a 3-month program, and in these 3 months, you get to have, what is it, 6 sessions or 5? I don't remember, 6 or 5 sessions, and it can be an hour session. But then you also have access to me daily. Like, you can pick up the phone and call me, or you can email me and tell me, check this out, how am I doing, or I'm not feeling it today, or I'm like regressing. So this is what you get when you work with me. That's the one thing, like, you get constant access with me. And this is why I don't get a lot of people, because I want to be available to my clients. And the other is that you get You get somebody that's gonna hustle you. I'm a hustler. I'm a natural hustler. So I'm gonna be after you. I'm gonna be demanding. So I probably not the person. So, but to be demanding, you have to think of people. So I can't have a lot of clients because I can't, I can't disperse my attention to 100 people, but I can do it in specific amount of people. So that's how it goes. It all depends. It's all like tailored on you and your needs and your project or your goal or your wish or whatever that is. So Athena is saying, could you recommend a coaching program in Greece or abroad to become a coach? All right. So I don't like to recommend. Well, actually, I like to recommend things that I've tried. So the one place that I really recommend for coaching is Coach U, as in university. So Coach U, I think, is like they are the biggest in the world. I totally recommend it. I have personal experience, so I feel very comfortable recommending it. Right, so that is going a lot different than I thought, but it's okay. I'm very happy to answer your questions. So Gala, we answered this question. So Tess is asking, what is the doctor in front of my name? I believe you don't have a medical degree. So no, I'm an MD. I am not an MD. That's a very interesting question. So Tess, he or she is saying, what is the doctor before your name? I believe that you don't have a medical degree. No, I don't. It's only used for marketing purposes. No, it's not. Having a PhD, aka a doctor in a random field, and using the doctor prefix is ethical. So it's a very good question. Thank you for asking it, because it gives me the chance to clarify. Yes, first of all, it's legal. Let's put it that way. And it's ethical because you can use anybody with a PhD, you are allowed to use doctor. Okay. So you can, if you're a doctor in philosophy, you're a doctor. So you can say doctor. It's only in Greece that we have this thing that you have, people, when they hear the word doctor, they think of a medical doctor. Everywhere else in the world, you have to be an MD, so a medical doctor. So no, I'm not a medical doctor. Yes, it's very ethical. Yes, it's very legal. And the reason that I think it's ethical is because I busted my ass to get this PhD. And I think it sets me apart from a lot of people that don't have my level of commitment in education. So yes, it is super ethical, I think. Constantina is trying to find her higher self and purpose in life in a very competitive environment. How can I manage this? Constantina, it's a big question. It's a super big question and a lovely question. So the higher self, I don't think is something you find. I think it's something you evolve in, and you will realize there are going to be moments that you will say, oh my God, that was really cool of me. That's your higher self. That was really grand of me. That was really gracious of me. I think that's your higher self manifesting at that time. So your higher self is there. Don't try to find it. Just be aware for all the times that you're manifesting your higher self. And as for the purpose, that's also a big question. I'm afraid I can't just give you a quick hack. But if I can help at all with the purpose, just ask yourself, when am I really, really happy? Even if you are at the work that you hate, right? There are moments that you're really happy doing something. So ask yourself that, and then you can start. This is a thread, and you can start pulling the thread and find out what it is that moves you, because the purpose is something that allows you to be in the zone. Like when I'm writing or when I'm here with you guys, I'm in the zone. That's my purpose. I'm in the zone. What that means is that when I finish, I'm probably forgetting what I told you because I'm so tuned in right now here. Okay. And also is that I lose track of time. Like for now, for example, yeah, I mean, I think we're speaking for 5 minutes and it's already half hour. So don't beat yourselves up. We are so consumed by all these big things, like I have to find my purpose. Maybe your purpose is to be kind today, and that's okay for a purpose. Maybe your purpose is to spread laughter and be a fantastic mom, or help people, or build a business that means something to you. It can be anything, okay? It's not only this higher purpose, a higher calling. Some people will have this, some people will have it in a different way, and everything is okay. Everything is okay. Let me go back to Instagram because I think we missed something here. So, Athena, I answered to you, and then hi, Leana. So Irene is asking, how do you success to have such good energy? How do I manage to have such good energy every day? Well, I practice. I practice a lot, I have to say, and also it's what I was saying about being in the zone. Maybe 2 minutes ago, I was not in a good mood, but when I press this button that says go live, I just zone in, and in this zone, everything else gets shut out. And this is a lot of people ask me, aren't you tired if you see a lot of people? No, because I zone in and everything else is tuned out. It's like having super, super focus. There is a magic in focusing in one thing alone. And that's it's so relaxing, you know? Like right now, I don't allow myself to worry about what my son and his friend are doing in the garden. I'm pretty sure they're destroying the garden, but I don't care right now. In 10 minutes when we're over, oh, I will care. But right now, the only thing I care is to answer as many questions as possible, and to give you and to leave you with something that is of value to you. Anastasia, thank you, Anastasia. So Maria said, I recommend the book Ikigai. Yeah, yeah. I don't know how it's pronounced, but yeah. Right. So, I don't see. Maybe I missed. Maybe I missed some questions. I'm so sorry. Anna says. I realize I have a lot of anger. I can't sleep. I have nightmares all the time, and they include violence. Help me, Anna. I'm so sorry you're going through that. Right. So obviously it's a big discussion, and I always feel uncomfortable just throwing advice like that without knowing the context, because I think the context is what makes everything, you know, the meaning that we give to everything depends on the context. So the context is the one that gives the meaning to everything that we experience. So I don't know your context, but I know that when we're dealing with a lot of anger or a lot of negative feelings, I know that you have to deal with it. I know that, well, one way, if you want, generally speaking, because again, I can't give personal advice so easily without knowing the context, but one thing that you can do is to actually sit down and imagine that it's a big room, right? And your anger is sitting somewhere there. And you get to decide whether your anger is friendly or is your enemy. You get to decide if it's a dark monster or if it's like a little cute animal that's sitting somewhere. And you get to decide if it's going to sit here and consume you, or you can tell him or her, you can tell your anger to just go sit at the end of the room, and that's okay. So it's a process. Now, we talk a lot about that in the confidence bootcamp, because the way you handle your feelings has to do with the way you feel about yourself. And if you can't handle feelings, a lot of times you lose your faith in yourself. And me hating for anybody to lose their faith in themselves, I always insist so much in that. So I think the self-confidence bootcamp might help you. When are we going to see the video with Dr. Adida? Yes. By the way, here's the answer to my friend who was asking if doctor is ethical. Dr. Adida, she's a doctor of Cambridge. Believe me, it's ethical. Yes, believe me, she's not a medical doctor, and she was fabulous. You will have it this week, I promise. Have to edit it. So I see Alexis is asking, what do you want to do with lockdown when lockdown is lifted? I want to have margaritas with you and a lot of other people. So keep the limes fresh and I will be there. Ralu says, how you manage to be a good mom, at the same time keep your personal goal alive. I cannot claim the good mom thing. I don't know if I'm a good mom. What I want to be is a mom that tries to get better. I want to be a person in every aspect of my life. What I want to be is somebody that gets better, a little better every day. So in the mom department, I don't know if I'm a good mom. I do know that I'm an evolving mom. So the way I do that is because for me this is the same as everything else. It's part of me. So I just compartmentalize. I just cut down my time. So I have a share that is just for my son, and nothing can intrude. And there are no phone calls. There are no emails. There's nothing. Like last night, apologies to everybody that called me or texted me. I never answered because when I finished my work, it was family time, and that for me is sacred. So everything was off, and I was there, present with my family. But when I work, there's a boundary as well. So my son knows that he cannot come in here while I work, and he respects that because I also respect his time. So the good mom. I don't think I'll ever be a good mom. I think I will always be a mom that evolves. So, and that makes me happy. So yeah, so share your time and claim it and name it and say this is mom time, or this is me time, or this is professional time. That's my trick. So I like that you in YouTube people are answering to each other. This is great. And Marina is saying anybody with a PhD is allowed to use the title. Yes, they are. They are, but people don't know. So it's a fair question. So, okay, there we go. So what if a client you coach has psychological problems? Do you address him to a psychologist? Do you stop coaching him? Okay, so the theory in coaching, whatever you're going to hear in coaching schools is going to tell you that you have to revert them, you have to pass them over to a psychologist. Now, I've been doing this job for what? Since 2004. That's 16 good years, and I've learned a lot. And I've also I have spent 4 years in school. When I was doing French literature, all my electives were psychology, applied psychology, kids psychology. So I have a good sense of psychology. Now I believe that in 20 years' time, a lot less actually, but just to be on the safe side, let's say in 10 years' time, the things that you would go, the issues you would go to a psychologist with, you will go to coaches with. One reason is that psychology and coaching, they have a lot of overlapping techniques and methods and everything. So, they will blend. So I know a lot of psychologists that are studying coaching, a lot of coaches that come from psychology. So it's going to be a blend. I think in 10 years, it's going to kind of blend. I'm here. There's always a phone call. So the other thing is that you have to know your strengths. I believe one of my biggest strengths is to create an environment where people feel normal and safe. And saying that they can feel normal and safe doing no matter what. And I've seen that this can cure or heal people a lot better than hours and hours and hours of psychoanalysis and psychotherapy. Now, it's different for every person. I value a lot psychotherapy. I value a lot psychoanalysis. It's not for me. And the way I do things is different. But I do think that whoever wants to go to a coach or a psychologist or whatever, you have to go in and interview these people. Like if you want to be my client, you have to come in. You have to pay one and know that you're going to invest the amount of money that everybody's asking for one session just to interview me and ask me anything. Because if you don't feel comfortable with me, if you're not aligned with me, if you think, oh my God, she's a huge fuck up, how is she going to ever give me a guidance? Then you shouldn't be with this person. You shouldn't work with this person. So the same goes with your client. If you feel in your heart, and you know it in your heart, that you can guide them through their own path, not give them advice, because that's not what coaching is. You do not give advice to people. But if you can open up their perspective in a way that they can find themselves and they can be who they are, feeling normal and secure, then yes, you can keep them as a client. If you can't do that, No. And then there is a matter of this ease. If somebody has a mental illness, diagnosed mental illness, because I've got a lot of people that have been diagnosed, and then the psychiatrists, they were not agreeing. Yes, you have this. No, you don't have this. And these people, they're confused and they're lost, and they're tossed from one doctor to the other, and then they come to me and they feel normal and safe, and then they'll begin living normal and safe. So yeah, you can. It's I think everybody has their ethical standards. So if somebody comes to me and tells me, and I speak with their psychiatrist, and they tell me I've been diagnosed with schizophrenia, first of all, I want to see the diagnosis. I want to see the piece of paper. Second of all, before I will do anything with you, before I even sit down and talk to you, I want to talk to your shrink. I want to talk to your doctor. If you're on medication, I want to talk with your doctor. So sometimes, a lot of times, I work together with the doctor, with the psychiatrist, so we can figure it out, because I don't want to be telling this to a person and somebody else telling them something else. We're not helping them. So I'm here to help, right? So if you're not comfortable with something, but you think you can help, work with the psychologist or the psychiatrist that the client has. It's very simple. What if, right, so, okay, guys, the Self-Confidence Bootcamp is very simple. You go in malera.com, you press PayPal, and then you pay. All right? It's very simple. Okay? You have until Thursday, midnight, to press the $295 price, and then you pay. It's one move, right? So Ralu says, when was the time that you realized your personal purpose? I changed purposes. Guys, I don't think this is something finite. I don't think you find one purpose and that's it, and then you do only that. I when a kid, I think my purpose is to be there and to be the best mom ever. And then after he starts throwing, I don't know, like shooting at me with his Nerf, then my purpose is kind of displaced. And then I'm like, oh my God, I could never be a full-time mom. And then I go to work and I do this and I love it. And then if I do it so much that it drains me, then I'm like, oh, I'm not made for that. I'm not going to do that every day for the rest of my life. So I think you have different things. I think you have to accept that you are a super complex, a fantastically complex person, and you have to honor that, and you have to give yourself space to be all the things. And maybe you have different purposes, and it will come to you. Just be alert. When are you in the zone? And then it's going to get more clear. So Emanuela, I don't want to throw the, I don't want to say generalize about, many therapists destroy who you are. I think many coaches destroy who you are. I think many therapists destroy who you are. I think there are a lot of people out there, as in every profession. I mean, you can go to the dentist. One dentist is great, the other dentist is bad. So it's the same thing. Don't blame it on the profession. Choose your person. Choose the person you're going to spend time and invest energy in, and invest your money to. And I mean, choose it. It's your life. You have to be very careful. You have to scrutinize them. You have to go in and, like, I remember when I had an accident and I broke this, so it was a big thing. They're like, this is not real here, like it's an implant. And I went interviewing about 10 dentists. 6 of them, I remember, told me, I don't know how much it's going to cost. We're going to see as it goes. I was like, what? You have to give me a range. So I asked them about their experience. I asked them how many times they had done this. I do this. When I had a burnout, I went to see psychologists because I was recommended to go see psychologists. And I went and I interviewed them. Most of the people refused to answer personal questions. I think that's weird. Okay, if you ask me how many times I have sex with my husband, I'm not going to answer you. But if you ask me, for my personal status, if I'm married, if I have kids, if I had big losses in my life, what brought me in this profession, then yes. You see, what's happening now is that my son is outside climbing the window. So I think that's a cue that, oh my God, this call is running over. But okay, Ralu, I will take your question, and then we'll see one question from here that says, oh no, it's an answer to another person. So a last question is, if I believe that you're nutrition. Yeah, I'm not a nutritionist. But guys, I know if I go to a taverna and I eat like a pig, I'm not in a good mood. It's very simple. People ask me what I do, and I love saying sometimes that I'm in the business of common sense, of instilling common sense to people. Some things are common sense, you know? Well, the topic about today, you're very, Vivian, you're so right. Vivian, the initial topic was how to, how to prepare for the day after. So I think we're going to move this topic to tomorrow, because I promised that today was the day that I was gonna answer a lot of questions, because it's just a few good men or women in this call because of all the big announcements on TV. So the topic was the day after, and we're gonna go in that. But one thing I want to say before I leave you about this day after, that it looks like it's finally coming. Remember when we started these lives, and if you go back to my first live, do go there, and I asked you to ask yourself a question, and that was, how do you want to remember it? How do you want to remember the lockdown? How do you want to remember the lockdown? And who do you want to be at the end of that? What person do you want to be at the end of that? So the topic was exactly that. Are you this person? Did you make good use of this time? Hi from rainy London. And you still have time. Actually, you still have time. The day after doesn't mean that you can't carry all your good experiences through. So my closing remark, if you want, is that I'll see you tomorrow in any case. And what I would like for you to do tonight is to just reflect upon what is the one, and that question for you tonight, and that's, if you want, the homework for tonight is, what is the one thing that you did really well, one thing you enjoyed a lot during COVID, during this time, and then see how you can incorporate to your normal life once we go back to normal life, whatever that will look like. But what is the one thing you're proud of that you did? Maybe a habit, maybe, I don't know, something you learned, maybe whatever. And how are you going to keep it the day that they're going to say, okay, you can go to work, you can go to bars, you can go to hairdressers, you can go to the play yards. What is this one thing? Because if you can move this one thing and make it from something, turn it from something that you just did during COVID to a habit that is a daily thing, and then that's with you, it's part of you, then this whole adventure was a great adventure. Then this whole adventure was really, really worth it. And you made a lot out of it. My God, a lot of people from rainy London and rainy Brussels. Here the weather is fine. So we have come to an end. Thank you so, so much. Thank you for your questions. They're all fair and they're all very inspiring. And thank you for answering to each other. I always appreciate that. I always appreciate seeing your answers to each other. And yes, go and check out mallory.com with double L. If you have any issues about how I'm going to handle this, I don't feel well with that, or whatever. Belief, self-belief is the number one thing. Hey, Brighton, the number one thing that is going to set you free. The number one thing that is going to catapult you to your goals. The number one thing that is going to help you make the right choice when it comes to relationships. The number one thing that is going to help you build the business that you want. Self-belief for me is everything. The worst moment of my life is when things went south and I lost my self-confidence. I was shook. I was like, it's like somebody just took something out of me, and that was the darkest moment of my life. That was the less productive. That was the worst. So that's why I'm so passionate about this. There's no limit. There's no limit to what you can do, what you can accomplish when you have this really, really strong belief in yourself. So thank you guys so much for being here tonight. I will see you all in Greek tomorrow, and maybe we change the time. Stay tuned, because I know that our Minister of Education is going on live tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. But in any case, stay tuned, and do remember the competition. Do send me your wishes, funny wishes, outrageous wishes. Do send them to me. Tag me so I can see them. Tag your friends so they can see it, and you can put them in the competition. And let's spread the good vibes. Let's spread my passion and your passion about, building people that are strong and worthy and fantastic. And come join my tribe. It's a great, great tribe. I promise you. The journey is fantastic, and the tribe is twice as fantastic. Thank you all very, very much. Have a great evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully, probably.